So LR Beerus recently dropped on JP Dokkan, and of course alongside him came the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma cards, as well as the INT Beerus here. Now, unfortunately, another thing, like LR Beerus' arrival on the game, I think did change the dynamic for the INT Beerus in terms of the teams that you would use him on. We'll go over this in a second. For now, let's just go ahead and Dokkan awaken this guy. It's pretty easy to awaken both him and the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma cards. You know, you just farm up the story events, event, and you can get pudding items, a farmable treasure, and you could use that to get medals in the Baba shop. One thing I do really want to point out to people, though, this will be very important. Please, guys, listen to this. If you go to the Dokkan Awakening tab, you know, you can see all of the units you have in gold and stuff. But here we have LR Beerus, right? Like, I went deep. I tried to get LR Beerus, couldn't get him. That's okay. In the future, I will pull him randomly. Like, let's say they come out with a, Turn Out a Power banner in the future. You know, and this guy would be on there unfeatured. Let's say I'm summoning for some sort of Pride Troopers card or something. And boom, I'll pull this guy. Well, that's why you want to farm medals for some of these units in advance. Even if you're free to play, you never know when you're going to pull some of these guys. Like, you only need 7 Beerus Dokkan Fest medals. Those are easy to get. The event is up every Tuesday. But in order to awaken him to LR, you need 7 of these Beerus medals from the Battle of Gods story event, 7 Whis medals from the Battle of Gods story event, 7 Vegeta medals from the Battle of Gods story event. Then you need this Beerus medal that you can only get in the Baba shop using the pudding, and then this Bulma medal, which you can farm from one of the stages on the new Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma event. Make sure that you farm these up. Like, these medals are pretty easy. They're always in the Baba shop, and that event returns a lot. But this Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma event does not return very frequently. You don't want to pull LR Beerus on the next banner that he comes out on. You're like, oh yes, I got him! But then you have to wait, 3-4 months until this event returns. So be sure to remember that. And just real quick, we're going to hop into an event and we're going to kind of test out the INT Beerus. But I do also want to show just a little part of the shop that has the pudding as well. So if we head over here, boom. I went right by it. Here's where you can get the pudding, and you get both this Beerus medal and the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta medal. These Vegeta medals could be used later on, so I'm actually going to farm up maybe 10 or so just to hang on to. You never know when they might be used in the future, and there's other good things you get in here, an Elder Kai and such. But, alright, let's hop into an event now with the INT Beerus. Alright guys, so I figured we'd go ahead and hop into the Merge Zamasu Dokkan event. Now, Merge Zamasu at this point is a little bit of an older Dokkan Fest event, so I'll probably head into another one after this. This is kind of a new kind of style that I'm trying out of going into multiple Dokkan events, like during one video. Like, usually I would only just go through like the first couple fights of Boss Rush, or I do one of the more recent, Dokkan Fest battles. But I figure I'm going to try and jump into a bunch of different ones just to keep things from getting too stale. Like, I do want to see different backgrounds and such, so I figure fighting Merge Zamasu could be a nice little start to this. Now, okay, well, here's what's funny. So, the first phase of this fight against Merge Zamasu, he's actually a physical type, and we have a full INT rotation. Very, very nice. Those actually didn't fall the way I wanted them to, but Beerus will still be able to get an attack. After we finish off Merge Zamasu, we might hop into like the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta fight or something like that. And at that point, I probably will do a breakdown of the Beerus as well. So just a shade under 500,000 attack stat, which I guess is fine because if we rainbowed him, his attack stat would, very likely be over 1 million in that instance. Ooh, man, the rotations we got are just absolutely fucking rubbish here. This is not what I was going for, because as you guys can see, I did bring both Kami and the INT Whis. I'm trying to have them kind of build up, Beerus' attack, and we can see what it's looking like. But originally, when I saw this Beerus arrive on Global Dokkan, I was really excited. Like, ooh, this INT Beerus, he's pretty good. Like he's actually not a bad card at all. And I was thinking like, oh, if this guy comes to JP, I am definitely gonna fucking rainbow him. But now that he has actually arrived on JP, I did decide not to rainbow him. Now, the reason for this, I'll go over it more in my breakdown in a little bit, but INT BEERUS is, okay, this is cool. We'll be able to see how much he'll be able to defend against Merge Zamasu. He does have to, wow, 32 with type advantage? That's crazy. Also, BEERUS does raise his defense upon supering, so for Merge Zamasu to do that much damage to him, that's a little concerning. I'm really disappointed in that. But the STR BEERUS, the OG one, believe it or not, is actually a better linking partner with LR BEERUS. So, like, that's a better option, I think, to run with LR BEERUS on either a Realm of Gods team or a Movie Boss team, the SCR BEERUS, rather than this INT one. And because of that, that makes me less inclined to put a lot of resources into INT BEERUS, right? Like, it was easy to get him up to SA10 with the 500 SR Tech BEERUSes that I had managed to pull from the banner, but, like, actually putting orbs into him, that's not really something I'm willing to do. That's why, as of right now, he's only really at 1% in the dupe system. So there, we finished off Merge Zamasu a little quicker than I would have figured. I know it's an old Dokkan Fest event, but man, like, these events do not hold up well under a category leader, huh? So let's go ahead and hop into another one, though. Alright guys, so before hopping into the next event, let's go ahead and break down INT BEERUS here. So this is Wayward God BEERUS. His leader skill is INT type attack 33% per INT key sphere obtained, so he is a nuking leader, which for me, I've never been a fan of nuking, but maybe for some people out there, that could be nice. His super attack is the God of Destruction's Edict, which does supreme damage to the enemy and raises defense by 30% for 6 turns. Now that raising defense by 30%, that is very good, actually. And the fact that it does last 6 turns, if you're going to use this guy on rotation, you are going to be able to stack that. So that will help him out defensively. Now again, his defense might be a little on the low side without any orb investment, so you will need to put some orbs into him. But I think after you do that, and you get this guy's super off once or twice, he will be able to defend, I think, nicely, even in some of the more recent Dokkan Fest events, because of his inclusion on 2, not 1, but 2 powerful category teams. So his passive is God's Judgment, which does attack 120% when performing a super attack. The fact that it applies when performing a super attack means that it will take support type passives and links into the equation, which will cause it to do more damage than if it was 120% attack at the start of turn. So that's good. His links are solid: Godly Power, Prodigies, Connoisseur, The Innocent, Shocking Speed, Berserker, and Shattering Limit. And he does also have a 12 key multiplier of 140%. But here's the problem. Here is exactly the reason why me and so many people do say that on a lot of units, Shattering Limit is indeed a shaft. And here is exactly why. Because the old school STR BEERUS is actually a better option as a partner with LR BEERUS on either the Realm of Gods team or the Movie Bosses category team, because the STR BEERUS, his links are Godly Power, Prodigies, Connoisseur, The Innocents, Shocking Speed. So those 5 are exactly the same as INT BEERUS, but then the STR BEERUS also has Fierce Battle, which is an additional 15% attack, which LR BEERUS also shares. That is a gigantic factor, and thus the STR BEERUS, honestly, has now taken the mantle as, I think, the best BEERUS in the game. Well, STR BEERUS is the best BEERUS in the game. The LR one, once he's LR, he is LR, BEERUS, and Whis. That is important to note. And then, obviously, the TUR version and the SSR version of the LR are just BEERUS as well, but they're kind of like in the same tree, right? So I do, like, the best Beerus to have is going to be the TUR version, I think, of LR Beerus. Like, he would be the best one, but that's not very realistic that you're going to, you know, because you would want to put at least 2 dupes in the LR Beerus, I would say, before you would run the TUR as a partner, right? You want to get that bottom right path open. You want to get the top left path open. Then at that point, if you want to, you know, if you pull another LR Beerus, which would be crazy, and run him as a partner, he would probably be better than the SCR Beerus. But all of those things aside, that's exactly why the INT Beerus is a little disappointing, you know, as a Shattering the Limit unit. So that basically covers all of that. INT Beerus does also have 2 categories. He, of course, is on the Realm of Gods category team, where, you know, he's pretty good. And then he is also on the Movie Boss category team as well, which the Movie Boss category team is probably one of the best places for these Beeruses, because they're going to get AGL Turles' leader, like his passive skill active, where he's going to get that crazy, you know, buff just as a superior support type unit. But all the Whis and stuff are not actually on the Movie Boss category team. So that's why, like, depending on the situation, you know, you might be better off running some of these Beeruses on the Realm of Gods team or even the Movie Boss team. For the like purposes of this showcase, I decided to do it on the Realm of Gods team so I can get the INT Whis and Kami on the team. But, you know, if I was to really run him, like, on a team, I don't know. I probably would do it on the Movie Boss category team. Again, people do badly underrate how powerful my boy Turles' passive is. The 40% he gives to attack is just absolutely outrageous. So, alright, so we're going to go ahead and hop into the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta event. This is a fight I've fought a lot, but this one never really gets boring since, you know, you do fight Super Saiyan 4 Goku, then you fight Goku and Vegeta, and then it's on to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta himself. So let's go ahead and get to it. This time, I'm actually going to be able to do it where I have the INT Whis on a rotation with Beerus, and we'll be able to get Kami there as well. And we have LR Goku Black and SCR Rose. How good. Every time I run the Potara team or the Realm of Gods team, I just cannot help myself, and I always make these 2 fuckers a rotation. It's just such an overwhelming, like this is like one of my favorite, like probably my favorite rotation in the game, actually. LR Goku Black plus SCR Rose, because this is what happens. This is right out the gate. Like, people think LR Goku Black is like a disappointing card, and look, he just crits for 3 million right out the gate. Like, INT Whis was on rotation there. Definitely, that's something very important to consider. Alright, yeah, let's see how much damage INT Beerus will take from these fuckers right here. I gotta imagine it's actually gonna be kind of a lot, but let's go ahead and see. And then pretty soon we're gonna have Kami and INT Whis coming up alongside Beerus, so we can kind of see what, like, his max attack stat would be like at 1% in the dupe system, with a couple of... Ooh, and there we saw before and after for how much that defense buffed him. Looks like he lost about 6,000 damage, because I do think that both AGL, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku here, I think they're about relative in strength. Like, I don't think one is stronger than the other. So, that's a good showing of how much more defensive Beerus becomes after he actually gets his passive, or after he gets his super attack off, which allows that, you know, that extra defense to kind of stack there. That's pretty good. This fight is also going to go through very, very quickly, because LR Rose, I think, is going to be, like, basically fully powered up at this point. So, yeah, 4 million attack stat. Goodbye, Vegeta! Oh, well, 4 million, no crit, huh? That's pretty good. Goodbye, my friend. Alright, well, will that be an additional... No, it looks like Beerus doesn't share any additional attack links with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Looks like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you can actually lower his attack. Because of that, I think I'm going to have Whis go first. So we'll actually lower Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's attack a little bit. So we'll take less damage overall on the rotation. Because, again, I do want to keep Beerus with Beast. I do want to keep Whis with Beerus for a little bit moving forward. Okay, so now his attack stat is up to almost 600k next to the INT Whis. Again, INT Whis is actually a support type unit. That's the reason I chose to bring him on this team over like the physical type Whis or the tech Whis or the AGL Whis. The AGL and the physical Whis are pretty similar, but I will say that the physical Whis is kind of a direct upgrade now from the AGL Whis, which is cool. And, you know, having tons of units that are able to heal once your health falls below a certain threshold, that is very, very nice. So I do like them adding a lot of units like that to the game. So that will be it for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Yeah, he's not going to survive a shot from LR Goku Black. It's just straight up not going to happen. All right, so this is the rotation I wanted right here. So his attack set is 54k next to Whis. But will it go up if he's in the middle? Yeah, it will. Okay, so we'll do this. Is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta immune to getting his attack lowered yet? No. Okay, so you can just lower his attack all the way through this fight, huh? That's pretty good. I didn't know that. Some fights you're able to do that. Some fights are immune to actually getting their attack lowered, defense lowered, and all that. So we'll go ahead and have Whis go first, because again, another good thing about this INT Whis is his ability to lower attack on Super, to where, like, you know, look at Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta only doing 3,000. All right, so 778k attack stat. That's quite good, considering, you know, he's 1% in the dupe system. I really like that. But that is, of course, with a double support units on the passive. Man, I can't talk today. Double support units on rotation there is what I meant to say. This fight is probably over, by the way, because we've seen what LR Goku Black likes to do. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, my boy. Oh, 3.1 million. No biggie, boy! Crit. Oh, no crit. 1.3. Yo, LR Goku Black is just so stupid. This is why when I did my recent listing of... wow! 64 damage on a super from Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. This is exactly why. This is the proper reason why I had LR Goku Black and Zamasu as my personal #1 tech unit in the game. I did a recent listing of all 5 types of what I thought were the top 10 units of every type, and I had LR Goku Black and Zamasu as the #1 tech unit. Everything they've showed in this fight right here is exactly why. And we finished. So Gogeta did, what, 200 damage to us? 400. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta did 400 damage to us over the course of the fight. Again, large in part to LR Goku Black and Zamasu's healing passive. So do not ever write them off. Don't sleep on them. They are dumb powerful. But, alright guys, that will finish up the video. Here is INT Beerus. I decided not to 100% him this go around, just because of the fact that the SCR Beerus is a little better as a partner for LR Beerus. But thanks guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.